Hey, it's Ryan. Welcome back to episode 12. There was supposed to be a video before this one, but all the footage I recorded had no audio. So I'm going to throw a couple of those clips in, and it was kind of cleaning up all the fenders. I'm going to do one more step to see if I can get this more white, and then I'm going to do a bit of a tail tidy on a budget. This big old hunk of tail light assembly and license plate holder. Hopefully it'll get replaced with something a little more clean. And then, yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes. I'm sure I'll run into some snags as far as getting the little cheapy light that I bought, and I'll show you all that stuff. And we'll see if we can't make the bike look a little better. And we should have a ride planned for tomorrow. So that'll be in this episode, and we'll jump into it. All right, we're at the back of the bike. As those clips with the no audio showed, removed the tail light assembly, and then I removed the rack. Excuse me. And then I went on Amazon and found this little bad boy. It's a LED tail light for the 650. I got it shipped to the house for 27 bucks. So that's why I said tail tidy on a budget. It has a built-in white license plate light, and you know, we'll kind of see how it goes. There's some of the stats for it. But here's what's in the box. So here's the light. It's not too bad looking. A little angular, but you can see the white piece for the license plate light. But that's what it'll look like on, and then comes with a little bit of hardware, and then a little instruction guide. So that's the plan. I'm gonna try, and I have one more step I'm gonna do with the. We're gonna try this stuff. We used it on our lawnmower on the plastic to try and clean it up. So we're gonna use this first as a final touch on the fender, and then we'll jump into the install. So the fender cleaned up pretty good already. I really wish those clips had audio, but we're gonna give this a whirl. Dynamite from Sunrise Environmental Scientific. So apply it to our rag, circular motion. I feel like it's gonna be a little hard to tell on camera, just because it's so bright on the white. Better than buying a new fender for now. Yeah, I put the stock tail light assembly back on just so we could have a better before and after. The dynamite stuff worked okay. It wasn't groundbreaking or anything like that, but it put a nice like sheen on it. Anyways, moving on from the fender to remove this bad boy. Bolt here, and then two underneath the fender, which are going to be under here, and it just pops off. So nice and simple, and we'll go ahead and get this wiring disconnected, follow the guide for the new light. Since I've had the bike, the tail light never lit up. Inside it's just the three wires, and I'm just going to snip them. So we're going to have to crimp them to the new stuff anyway. So that's gone. Remember to take the license plate off, and then here's our three wires. All right, it's a little hard to see. We have a brown, solid green, and then a green yellow. All right, then per the instructions, the wiring I just went over, the solid green is the ground, the brown is the running light, and the green with the yellow is the brake light. And then on the left side here, it shows how we're going to match them up. It'd be nice if they were the same for simplicity. All right, once you get the wires cleaned up, just take your wire strippers and give yourself some room to work with to splice it up with the new light. Once you get everything matched up, this is how it's going to look. Brown now goes to yellow, solid green goes to black, green with yellow goes to red. And just make sure you get them in there You have a nice clean exposed wire from the stock stuff to go into the new wiring and crimp them down individually. This looks like heat shrink, so I'm going to pull out my little heat gun and see if we can't get it sealed up. Well, I just tried the heat gun. That's not heat shrink, unfortunately, which, shame on me. I should have checked before. I would have put some on. So now I'll just wrap it up with some electrical tape, and at least it has a nice like rubber coating. So if you're going to do this project with the same light, get yourself some heat shrink and put it on before you crimp the wires together. And then I figured before bolting everything back together, let's turn the bike on and make sure the light actually turns on now. Yep. Well, there we go. Lights on. All right, now that I know that it works and this heat shrink is not heat shrink, I'm going to use some 33 plus and seal these up a little bit. Not the prettiest, but it'll do the job, hopefully. All right, I got all the wiring tucked away. There is a groove in the fender for the taillight wire. This one's just going to need some help to create the memory and the material to get it to stay down there. But I'm going to go ahead and secure it with the 2 bolts on the bottom. They're both just 10 mil. And the kit comes with 2 lock washers, 2 washers, and 2 nuts to secure it. And here is the shameful underneath of this bike. All the rust and good stuff, but you can see the studs sticking out here and here. I got the washer, lock washer, and nuts installed, and it feels pretty good. So I'll show you up on the top side and show you how everything lines up. Here's how it looks from the top. There's one little gap there. This taillight just doesn't match up with the stock slot, and it's also kind of here, but it's like, what do you expect for 27 bucks, you know? It's where the holes lined up. Unfortunately, it just doesn't fit super well. I might take a little of like clear silicone to seal it up, but for the price, hard to beat. All right, here it is with the ProMoto billet rack reinstalled. Trying to show you the gap. It's tight, but there's total clearance. The rack isn't sitting on the light whatsoever. So next thing is just trying to modify the plate holder that I have. If not, I'll have to order a new one, and that'll wrap up this project. Okay, so here's my plan for the license plate and mounting. Here's the stock assembly, and this little plate, which has 2 nuts welded onto, is in here, and the bolts come through the bottom of the fender, and that's how this is held on, as well as with one here. So like I said, I pulled this off. I have some like flat plate aluminum. I marked it out with my license plate. So we're cutting it just the length of it. And then what we're going to do is drill 2 holes and then 4 holes total on the strut. So here, here, and here. So to mount here, to hold to the bike, and then 2 more to hold the plate onto it. So have a little bandsaw, and we'll see if we don't hurt ourselves. All right, we got that cut. There's a little burrs on it, so we're just going to clean up the edges. All right, I got my holes drilled out. Here's the plate, matches up. Here's the license plate, and that matches up. So now we're going to try and put it on the bike and see if it works. All right, here's the plate on the bike. I haven't tightened it down yet. The two original mounting bolts from the taillight assembly, the big original one, and normally that plate is on top, so the welded in nuts are up here and these bolts are coming in from the bottom. But then I'd have to worry about clearance of the bolt threads underneath the plate. So I just put the plate with the welded in nuts underneath. That little tab I should just cut off. I pushed it up for now. Yeah, I just wanted to show that. So the plate's on the bottom, the bolts are coming in from the top, and I'm going to tighten it up right now. Okay, so I added a washer on each one, and there's still quite a bit of flex, but a lot of that's just the rubber, and I think the rubber's just old. So we're going to leave it for now. I'll put the plate on, and then we can make adjustments from there. All right, here it is with the plate mounted. It's going to be my stopping point for the day, but it's not the stopping point for the project because I want to pop this off, round these edges out, make it match the plate so it looks a little cleaner. But it has some good flex from the rubber mount. Overall, it's a lot cleaner of a setup instead of the whole big old thing. And we'll take a look. I want to try and turn the lights off, and then I'll turn the bike on and see how well that plate light hits it. All right, it's still pretty bright in here, but we'll get an idea of how it looks. And it looks like it misses it. That's kind of a bummer, but again, it's kind of hard to tell, and honestly, that's not the worst. That's not the worst thing to have not line up. And then I'll hit the brakes. Not bad. All right, here it is. Old tail light assembly off. The new one's on. And here's the walk around. Not bad. I think it looks a lot better. Let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, so that wraps this up. Clean the fenders up, more so the rear fender, the front fender, nothing really happened with that. New taillight, little custom license plate bracket that needs some tweaking and some fine tuning, but overall a really cool project. And I think the cheapest project that I've done. Taillight, again, it was on sale on Amazon, but I got it for 27 bucks. Easy install. And I think a huge visual difference. We're definitely getting that like 600 look instead of the 650. Yeah, just a little sleeker, and yeah, a good project. If you have any questions, let me know. It was an easy install, so if you're thinking about it, go for it. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.